Let's jump right in. The way patients find doctors and healthcare providers is going through a massive shakeup. For years, it was all about Google, right? Well, that game has totally changed. AI is now the new front door, and if your practice isn't there to greet potential patients, you are, for all intents and purposes, invisible. So let's talk about what this new world actually looks like.
So, if the old rules are out the window, how do you even check your brand's pulse these days? It's not about obsessing over your Google ranking or how much you're spending on ads anymore. No, it's way simpler, and honestly, it's a lot more revealing. The most important audit you can run today comes down to just one simple question.
That's it. That's the question. Go to an AI like ChatGPT and just ask it, what do you know about my practice? This is your new brand audit. The answer it gives you, or maybe the silence it gives you, tells you everything about how visible and credible you are. Because if the AI can't find you, you can bet potential patients can't either.
For decades, we were all in a race to the top of the search results page. But these new AI tools have basically become the new front door for search. Patients aren't just sifting through a list of links anymore. They're asking for direct answers, for quick summaries, for an actual recommendation. And that changes absolutely everything. Think about it this way. In the past, your goal was just to be clickable. You'd stuff your website with keywords, anything to climb up that ranking ladder. But today, the goal is to be mentionable. The focus isn't on keywords, it's on context and authority, so that an AI model actually trusts your brand enough to include you in its answer. This is way beyond traditional SEO. It's a whole new playbook we're calling AI Visibility Optimization.
So why is this so incredibly important? Well, because in healthcare, trust is the only thing that matters. This shift from getting clicks to getting mentioned by an AI, it's really a shift from just being visible to being seen as truly credible. The stakes are just so much higher now.
And get this isn't some far-off futuristic idea. It is happening right now. A recent study from Pew Research found that a whopping 60% of adults have already used an AI tool to get health information. They're asking things like, who's the best specialist in my area? And here's the bottom line. If you're not in the AI's answer, you're not even in the game.
This really just says it all. In your field, credibility is everything. It's the currency you trade on. And if an AI model doesn't recognize your brand as a credible, authoritative source, it's just not going to mention you. And for a growing number of patients, if you're not mentioned, you simply don't have authority. It's a brutal but simple new reality.
But hey, on the flip side, getting this right pays off big time. The Harvard Business Review found that brands that AI sees as expert sources get 27% more web traffic. It proves the new equation, right? Visibility in AI leads to validation from patients, and that translates directly into real engagement and trust.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, we know the stakes are high, so now for the important part. What do you actually do about it? How do you go from being an unknown to becoming the answer that AI trusts and recommends to patients? The strategy, again, is called AI Visibility Optimization. Just think of it as SEO 2.0. It's less about trying to game an algorithm with sneaky keywords and more about building a crystal clear, trustworthy digital resume for your practice. One that a machine can easily read, understand, and feel confident about recommending. So, why might an AI be giving your practice the cold shoulder? Well, it usually boils down to a few common culprits, and the good news is they're all fixable. Maybe your website is missing structured data, which is kind of like putting clear labels on everything so the AI knows what's what. Or maybe you don't have enough credible backlinks. Think of those as votes of confidence from other trusted sites. It could even be something as simple as having your name, address, and phone number listed differently across the web.
The best part is, there's a clear roadmap to fix this. To build a brand that AI trusts, you need to start publishing helpful content that actually answers the questions patients are asking. You got to use that structured data we talked about so the AI knows exactly what you offer. You need to make sure your business listings are identical everywhere. And of course, encourage those patient reviews and earn those digital handshakes from other reputable sites. Every one of these things screams authority to an AI.
All right, let's bring it all home with something you can do the second this is over. Here's your credibility roadmap, your very own 30-second brand audit.
It's honestly this easy. Go ahead, open up ChatGPT or another AI tool. Type in the question, who are the most trusted, your specialty, providers in your city? And then just watch. See whose names pop up in that answer. Is your practice on that list? That's your score. That's your real-time visibility.
Now hold on. If your name doesn't show up, please do not panic.
This is not a reflection of how great a provider you are. It's not a judgment on your quality of care. It is, however, a huge signal. It's a blinking red light telling you that your digital presence isn't communicating your authority clearly. And that is something you absolutely have the power to change.
So we'll end on this thought. The way people discover things has fundamentally changed. Your potential patients are asking questions, and AI is giving them the answers. The only question left is the big one. When they ask, is your brand the answer they get?